Hi, my name is Yael Nagar. I use she, her, hers pronouns, and I'm on the DC Racial Equity Core team. After 8 months of pandemic-induced isolation, it's so nice to be connected with this community tonight for the Heschel Vision experience, even through the Zoom windows that frame all of our gatherings these days. We've been able to accomplish a lot together this year, both in person and over Zoom, and I am excited to share a video with you of a few of the brightest spots.
My name is Ann Hoffman. I use she, her pronouns. I, too, am on the DC Racial Equity team. As part of the DC Paid Family Leave Coalition, we started campaigning for and defending paid family and medical leave as a necessary right for all working families 5 years ago. This year, the district finally launched its paid family leave program on time, without hiccups, and without funding cuts, despite launching in the middle of a pandemic. Since July 1st, more than 1,000 people have been able to take advantage of paid leave benefits to care for themselves and their families. During the pandemic, we've been playing a lead role in a coalition fighting to secure emergency support for residents hurt by COVID-19, including undocumented residents and others excluded from federal aid. We launched the Just Recovery DC campaign in the spring, which was successful in preventing DC Council from cutting tens of millions of dollars from the budget and instead pushing them to raise tens of millions of dollars in new revenue to provide essential services. Some of these victories did not seem possible a year ago, not only because we didn't foresee a pandemic, but also because of who was on the council. At the end of 2019 and early in 2020, JUFJ community members and partner organizations successfully led a call for the resignation or expulsion of disgraced council member Jack Evans. Despite his egregious ethical violations and repeated decision to put his donors' profits ahead of DC's needs, Evans seemed untouchable for decades, but our collective advocacy helped push him to resign his seat on the council. JUFJ is part of the coalition that successfully advocated for the DC Council to fund the REACH Act. The REACH Act will put real teeth into the statements about racial equity that elected officials like to make, requiring racial equity impact assessments, trainings, and action plans for our local government. This is an important step in the district's journey toward undoing structural harms and racism and being a place where everyone can thrive. As any parent with young kids can tell you, we all have a renewed appreciation for the essential work of child care and our education system. This year, we played a leading role in the Under 3 DC coalition effort to reverse cuts and to secure over $6 million in emergency grants for child care. This funding helps ensure child care operators and early educators can safely continue providing high-quality early learning care for our littlest residents during and after the pandemic.